taking partials in one of my positions. All right, so let's go. So guys, I said I'm trying to be here for London Open every day. So for the people that got here in the morning for London Open, that's fantastic. We was looking at a few different pairs. For full transparency, I'm in GU and I'm in US 30 for the sell. Both doing very well. Currently, both doing very well. Let's have a look at those trades, yeah, and look at why we're in the trades, where I think this trade is going to. In a second. All right. Just locking some stuff. All right. So. All right. So let's try and look in and understand what's going on, what trades we're in, why I'm in the trades, etc. And they're both doing very well. So this is US 30. This is GU. This is my entry was up here. Okay. I believe Jason's also in this trade. He was here, from the morning. Wanted to be here for London session as he goes to passing his challenge. All right, for sure. All right, and I'm currently apologizing for trying to manage my trades real quick. Trade management is a must, as we know. All right. Okay, so how did we get into these trades? So have a look at US 30 trade. All right. Can you all hear me well, first and foremost? Can you hear me? I know my...
Yeah, you're all good, fam.
Cool. All right. So big up, Darren. Okay. I'm currently 4,000 up, which is good. And I'm just trying to I just want to manage my trades. I really don't want it to kick back on me the way I know it can do. I'm actually hoping that this G goes to hell. All right, and let me just secure some profit. Sorry guys, when I turn and not to say that this is how you need to trade, you do not. You can, set and forget, but the way in which I scale into my position, use a degree of management, and right now there's a lot of, I want to make sure that I can lock in as much as possible. All right, just for where I am in the universe. All right, so look, let's have a look at our US 30 for argument's sake. First and foremost, so we woke up this morning, we saw Asian session, which is this red block here. Okay, going to hell. Let's go. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Jay, you still there? Jay, are you still there, Jason? I don't know. I know he's with his daughter. He had to keep it shuffling, but that trade is doing very, very well.
I am. Still there, still there.
What is your trade looking like right now?
This one's is probably a 1-to-1. I think I got in a little bit later.
Going late, yeah?
So just about one, actually nearly a 1-to-2.
Okay, no problem. All right. I thought you was in earlier than that, but no problem. I know you was trying to handle Little Miss. And that again goes down to, oh my goodness, US 30 is going to hell. All right. Currently 4.5 up, yeah. All right, but we're gonna show how I got in the trade because it's not a one-off and it's not something that you guys can't get in yourself because I've taught you everything of how to get into the trade. I just stopped myself out of GU, which is unfortunate, all right, because I believe GU is going to continue going to hell. So I'm looking for another entry in GU with everybody, all right. But I'm not mad. I'm not mad by those profits. All right, so look, let's have a look at US 30 real quick, as I said. When it comes to US 30, we are looking at the Asian session, okay? Understanding that the Asian session frames a potential move, okay? The Asian session frames a potential move because the Asian session creates liquidity, and we understand, even if you didn't understand, you now understand that liquidity is the lifeblood of the market. These markets need liquidity to do what they need to do. They need liquidity to move, all right? Without liquidity, markets don't go anywhere, all right? They want liquidity first, and that gives them the blood, the energy, the fuel to go and, take territories. Apart from that, they dance around, do the hokey cokies, and that dancing around for a trader equates to you getting stopped out, all right? You hear the markets are dancing around, it's a high possibility they're out there trying to stop you out because you put your stop somewhere and then they dance forwards and then dance back and then dance forwards and then they do the hokey cokey, then they turn around, and that's not what we want. All right, what we essentially want to see is we want to jump in our trades, we want them to go, all right. And to be fair, I would have still been in all of those trades because when I start teaching, I get into my own little space. I don't want it to distract me like that, okay? And there's going to be opportunities to get back into the trades or get into other trades also. Now have a look. So this Asian session, this red block here, okay, frames this whole area here from about 12, 1 o'clock all the way going to say 6 a.m. in the morning when Frankfurt opens, and then 7 here, you can see this yellow block is where London opens. This is all the Asian session, and above that session, above this block here, above this Asian session, there's liquidity. Now let's try and understand what's going on. There's a previous session, all right, and previous orders that were placed in this previous session. And then when London opens, the aim of the game is London wants to go and grab those orders from all the other little traders over there. So when London opens, we are looking for something, okay? Can you see this is US 30 here? Imagine this is the liquidity. I'm going to brighten it up and I'm going to make it but there was 2 lots. There was liquidity here that you can see identified with this, and there was also some liquidity here above this high. Now, why was this high a good place for liquidity? I'll tell you why. Because when we look at where that came from, this was the start of a move that pushed down and broke structure. Okay, so we said liquidity here and liquidity here, all identified and all had alerts on them. So when they broke them, they would ring and notify me that, that liquidity was being taken. Yeah, there's an alert on the line. There was an alert on the line. Now, when we drop all the way down to our 1 minute time frame, yeah, all the way down to our 1 minute time frame, because this playbook is something that we can get. Look, I'm in and out of this trade. It's only 8:36, and that was a nearly $5,000 trade. Okay, obviously there's other positions. I'm not gonna say it wasn't there. Between that and GU, all right. Now, what are we looking for? We are looking for this market, okay, to give us a manipulation M after grabbing the liquidity. Can you see this? All right. So after this market came and grabbed the liquidity here, and I'm going to show you also in GU, I'm going to give you the exact same play. All right, have a look. GU, there is liquidity sitting above this previous New York session, okay, and above these areas here. All right, liquidity sitting. This is a good area here. Why? Because from there, boom, we had a massive push that broke previous structure. You want me to zoom in on that? I will do. Have a look. This is a good area of liquidity. Why? Because from here we had a massive push that broke previous structure. So this is a really strong area. All right, let me thicken it up. This is what you're looking, because all liquidity is not made equal. It's not every single high is liquidity. You're looking for ones that from that place, there was strength and speed. You know, maybe even here you'd identify as a place. Here, look, where there was strength and speed from the area, especially if that aligns with a London session or Asian session high, or London session high, New York session high. Either way, let's look at this, identify this place here, this one here that I'm gonna make bright red. Okay, all right. So now we're watching it, and London opened down here when it started moving towards this liquidity. Okay, cool, boom, moving towards this liquidity. Yeah, it didn't quite take this here, this bright session here, the wick mucked about here. But either way, I don't know when is going to be the time when that market wants to go and do what it's doing. I don't know when. What I do know is that I am waiting for, sorry guys, that I am waiting for what I look for. And what I look for is a break of structure, manipulation M. That's what I look for. All right, so I can't see it here. Look, I go to my line chart to help you. Can't see it here. This isn't the manipulation M. If you don't understand what manipulation M is here, this is McDonald's M. Yeah? This is some lackluster M. Okay, kind of like this. This is some lackluster M. Okay? I want to see this M. Yeah? I want to see that shoulder ever so slightly higher than the other side. Okay, that's what I want to see. For me to get excited and think to myself, okay, this is a potential opportunity, a potential trade. Okay, now I'm looking, this isn't it. Nothing here is it, but the liquidity from a real key zone has been taken. And for me, that manipulation M, okay, is seen here. All right, market comes up here. Now it wasn't as, that shoulder wasn't as big as I wanted it to be, but that's not the be all and the end all. What I also am looking for is I'm looking for the displacement. Let me say that one more time. I am looking for the displacement. And what do I mean by displacement? I mean from that place, I am looking for strength and speed. All right, let me say that again. From that, when that M forms, which is more manipulation M, more that right shoulder here is higher than anything else, I'm looking for displacement. Boom, that breaks the middle part of that M. Yeah, breaks that middle part of the M. Boom, that's what I'm looking for. I got that. I didn't get it nowhere else. I thought I got it at one point a bit earlier, and I actually took a small loss as the market kicked back on me. But realistic, this is what I'm looking for. Big displacement M. Big displacement M. Yeah? And then as soon as I see that, let's go back in hindsight. All right, let's rewind. All right, as soon as I see that, and I see the next candle, I'm looking, this is my zone. This is my entry. Between here and here is my entry. Can you see? Now, if I want to be safe rather than sorry, my entry goes at the top, above these highs. If I'm aggressive, this is my entry. In this instance, this is 3.7 pips. Now, let me tell you where the key, where the golden place is, which in this instance, it actually didn't even get up to there. But the golden place is which just shows you how if you want to be covered, you covered the whole area. If you want to be covered, this is what it is. That's your entry for 5 pips. If you want to be a bit more aggressive, this is your entry in the imbalance. If you want to be uber aggressive, this is your entry all the way over here, between here and here. That's if you want to be uber aggressive. But this could mean that here, taking into consideration this previous imbalance over here, so there's this little block in here. All right, this little block in here covering the point where the market broke. But the point is, if you get too aggressive, you can have the front affair of missing the trade. So I didn't want to miss the trade, especially as I took a small L a little bit earlier. I was like, listen, I know this is turning around. This is the entry. All right, my entry was like this. Have a look. Soon as that market taps back in here, see that tap in here, I'm triggered into the trade. I'm expecting it to actually go in the red first and push up a bit deeper. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm expecting it to go in the red and push up a bit deeper. I'm in the trade, and this trade is gone. All right, let's look at the same thing with US 30. This market here makes this manipulation M. All right, now US 30 was moving a bit jittery for me. All right, it was moving a little bit jittery for me. Okay, so even on a smaller time frame, I'm looking at this, and I saw this little break in balance where the market went a bit nuts over here and pushed a little bit hard. Okay, and for me, I'm looking at that and thinking to myself, that looks very interesting. All right, it looks very interesting. I was able to get into that trade there at this entry point where this market came and wicked back in around here, and I was in from early. Now this one was a bit different because it's very, very rapid, but I saw the way the liquidity was taken. Now how you could have gotten in a more subtle way, have a look at this. All right, is being able to look at this chart and look to see where we see that displacement happen. The liquidity's been taken. The question is where can we see the displacement happening? We want to see displacement. That's the thing that turns us on. It's the thing that gets us excited, is seeing the displacement. There's lots of little M's that we can see here, breaking structure. Some look a bit manipulation, some don't look a bit manipulation-y. There's lots of them. Now, I can't lie to you, but it's when we see this displacement push underneath here, after seeing how this liquidity taken, we're interested in this area of displacement. All right, we're interested in this area of displacement. If I go to a different time frame, for argument's sake, have a look on the 2-minute time frame. Look, here is our manipulation M. All right, have a look. Manipulation M, manipulation M. This is the displacement that happened. Okay, and this here is our entry. This is our entry. This is a better one. Now, obviously, you have to. If the market isn't giving you what you need to see on one time frame, you must move that zoom around. Yeah, you must move the zoom lens around. Yeah, you must be able to go, okay, let me look here, let me look there, let me zoom in, let me zoom out. You have to be able to do that. Yeah, if you can't do that, learn how to zoom in and zoom out, zoom in and zoom out. Like, you're gonna miss smooths. So on the 1-minute time frame is a bit sketchy, but on the 2-minute time frame, this here gave me clarity. I saw my manipulation M, but more importantly with displacement, boom, pushing down here. Let me go on another time frame, see if it's even clearer. Displacement coming in here, you know. So I'm very interested at that point in time at this area. This one's a little bit more complicated, but I'm very, very interested in this area. All right, the area that broke that middle section of the M. If I go to my 2-minute back again, that broke that middle section of the M in here. I'm very interested in here and from where the imbalance is. So this whole area, I can't grab this thing. This whole area is of some real interest to me. Okay, this whole area is from some real interest to me. If you want to be safe, it's above that right shoulder. All right, it's above that right shoulder. And as you can see, the market tapped in beautifully right to that middle section of the M. Look at that. On the lips. Tapped in here on the lips of that middle section of the M, and then left the party. Yeah, then absolutely left the party. Now, when that trade starts to move, i.e. leave the party, as you hear me describing it, the next question that you ask yourself as a trader is, okay, I'm in. I've clicked the button, I've had the courage to click the button, I'm in the trade, where is it going? All right, and we have to understand that we want markets to trade from liquidity to liquidity. So in my opinion, this US 30, there should be no reason why this US 30 is not going all the way. Let me see something. There's no reason why this US 30 shouldn't be going all the way down here to capture liquidity from below these lows. All right, where you see me identify here where it says liquidity, below these lows and beyond. Yeah, below these lows and beyond. Okay, because it may dance around beforehand. This is the issue. It may do the hokey cokey beforehand. Yeah, it may do. Okay, but the reality is that the markets should be trading from liquidity zone to liquidity zone, to liquidity zone to liquidity zone. This session has showed me that it's pushing in this direction. Let me say that I'm giving you some source as well. You ready for this one? The session, London session, has told me that it's taking liquidity from above here and it's trading in this direction. For this whole session, I'm interested in this market going in this direction. Now, could it kick all the way back up in here first and then come down here? Of course it could. Yeah, of course it could. And if it does that, is what it is. All right. But the reality is that I want to be trading this market for this session in this direction, going for the opposite, going for liquidity, which is below here, this red line here, which is below all of these levels. That's already been wicked down here, but there's liquidity here. And obviously down here below this level, there's liquidity. And also, if we look at market structure, all right, if we look at this market, what it's been doing, ping pong, ping pong, ping pong, have a look. The market from wherever, ping, pong, ping, pong. I want to see a ping. I want to see this market getting down here, making, highs, lower lows, lower highs. I want to see a lower low happen. Yeah, I would like to see a lower low occur. All right. So for this whole session, like I said, in my opinion, I'm interested in trading this market for the sell until it captures previous liquidity. Now, it's taken liquidity from below the Asian session at the moment, which we've seen a little reaction from. Okay. It's taken this liquidity from the Asian session. So now, don't get twisted. This market could decide it wants to push all the way back up in here. Yeah, before doing something else. It can do the same way it took the liquidity before we looked at it. It's the same way this market has come down in here and captured liquidity below this Asian session. All right. And, we could turn around and say the exact same thing where we're looking for some indication, correction, continuation in the opposite direction, or some manipulation W. That's going to be saying that the market wants to push up into these levels. Look, this trade has played out from this liquidity zone, from above the Asian session to sweeping the Asian session lows. Can you see? Look at the trade. This is the trade. The trade was from up here. I told you I did get in earlier. All right. From when it took that liquidity up here down to taking the liquidity down here. I've got it marked up. Liquidity, liquidity. The market nam took liquidity over here. And now the market nam took liquidity over here. Now, for all we know, it could decide, it wants to push all the way back up into these levels here. All right, it could do, because it's done the move now. It's taken the liquidity from here. Yeah, for all we know, this market wants to, on a smaller time frame, have a look. Ping, pong, or better still, sorry. For all we know, this market wants to now go and make a higher high. For all we know. Yeah, even though overall the market may want to come down and take some large liquidity, it could decide to push all the way up into these levels first. Now, if we start zooming out and look at some reasons of what the market may do, well, the market currently is sitting a little bit in the middle of the range. The market had this big impulse from here, let's go and get our Fibonacci's and see where 50% of the impulse is. Look, 50% of the impulse is this market potentially kicking all the way back up to in here. Yeah, can you see where that green line is? Let me put a little green line in there. Market could decide it wants to kick back up into these levels. Yeah, did I draw that well? Yeah, back up into these levels. Yeah, market could decide it wants to kick all the way back up into these levels. So you know, we'll see, man. We'll see. So, but either way, that play is pulled out. 1 second, you guys. Yeah, so that market might decide it wants to kick all the way back up in here before deciding it wants to come and capture this low here, this liquidity here. Do you understand? So this would be the market making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, and deciding, okay, this is a retracement. All right, this whole energy here is a retracement, and then the market wants to now make breaking structure lower low, could come back up to here, could push down in here, could start doing its thing. Okay, so it's that initial move has played out that we've got. It's done what it's supposed to do, took liquidity on both sides, but now its new agenda might be going and making higher high, possibly even wanting to get up to this 50% level over here. Okay, so looking at it right now, this market has done what it has to do. This liquidity zone just happened to be this small. All right, on US 30, it just happened to be this small, so it is what it is. All right, but right now, when we look at, say, for example, let's even go to GU, let's look at the same thing. Let's zoom out and understand what's going on with GU. GU, all right, so have a look. GU on the bigger picture has been bearish. You see, has been bearish. Look at that little blue range. All right. Okay, has been bearish, but in the bigger picture, you ready for the bigger picture? Look for my little dots. All right, making higher highs and higher lows and higher highs, and it's come all the way down here. But we haven't broken this level yet, so don't get twisted. This market could go back up in here first, you know, do what it wants to do, and does it really want to break out of here? But we don't know. It's broken outside of this trend line here. It has broken outside of this trend line of how the market was trading up, which is a potential sign the market wants to go, you know, do some sort of break outside of the structure. But bada bing, bada bang. Once again, this market is pushed all the way down here. Boom. This is the direction of the market impulse. It might want to make a retracement. Let's have our find where our 50% level is from this high down to this low. Well, it got to the 50% level. Look at that. Yeah. On the nose. Yeah, it got to the 50% level. So maybe now the market does want to continue, or maybe it wants to consolidate a little bit and get to the other side of this range before deciding it really wants to rock and roll. Yeah, I don't know. All right, I do not know. All right. So if you can see here, based upon our daily flex of how we saw liquidity taken from above this level, then we saw a push down. This push down actually broke structure. Yeah, this push down actually broke structure over here, wicked below the structure. It's making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. It wicked below the structure over here. Yeah, let's look at it on a 5-minute time frame. And now we've seen a push in the opposite direction, which is fine. And I'll tell you what is fine about this particular entry, this trade is, look, let's have a look at it here. We can see a huge manipulation M on the 5-minute time frame. Okay, that manipulation M on the time frame is what on a smaller time frame the market tapped into, but this market right now, because we broke this structure a little piece, even though it was just grabbing, it could have just been grabbing the liquidity. At the moment, this could be considered, I don't know the fact that it hasn't closed underneath here. So this mostly just looks like a liquidity grab on the 5-minute time frame, all of these wicks. I'm not going to lie to you, this looks like a liquidity grab. Yeah, it does not look like a nice solid closure. You know, this market could decide we want to push up a little bit further. All right, could decide we want to push up a little bit further, but in my opinion, we touched this 50% level here after making a retracement, and then this market when it did this, look, ping, pong, ping, pong in this direction, touched the 50% level, and then we're seeing it break structure, making a lower low, made a lower high here. The question is this the finishing making this lower high, or does it want to make a lower high somewhere up in here? Because the lower high can be anywhere up in this whole range once it doesn't break this level. All right, so then we've seen it come down here. I'd like to tell and say it's not going to break this structure and wants to go and make a nice lower low now, but we don't know. We have to read and react to it. And what I was saying about this market is on a 1 minute time frame. In fact, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. And once again, I'm going to look where 50% of this impulse is. So I want to see. Take out my Fibonacci, go from here to here. And we're right at 50% of the impulse right now. And a previous battlefield. All right, previous battlefield. So right now, after taking this lovely trade from all the way up here, I'm wondering, are we going to turn around right now, this minute? So I'm wondering, is my GU going to give me another entry right now to get involved here and start trading it down? Now, I can't just hit that button based upon faith. All right, I cannot just hit the button based upon faith. I have to see something. I have to see this market being able to do something. Yeah. I want to see this market being able to break structure, give me some sort of energy to say to me that, yeah, it's ready to turn around. Cannot hit the button based upon faith or I had a dream. And at the moment, this market's just pushing up here, green bullish candles into this area, this previous battlefield. When I say previous battlefield and I drew like a line, it's an area. Now, let me show you. It's this area of like, let me show you. It's kind of like, there's two brief previous battlefields. The one I just deleted, which was here. Okay. But that market kind of just melted through there and kind of runs. This area is just noisy. All right. It's noisy kind of area. All right. There's lots of like the market was having a little tussle in there. But what I would say is, you see over here, we made this lovely manipulation M and we got in quite as a little wick in it. There's still this, remember I said to you that the holy grail of that entry is still where it broke the structure here. Don't get it twisted. This market could be mad stubborn and push all the way back up in here, tap into here and give us another entry because it wants to fall down. Once it doesn't break this level in here, if it does break this level in here, this means that this isn't the high that it wanted to make. But for me personally, the market already came up and tapped into 50% of the level, that green line here. It could come higher, but the fact that we came down here a little piece, even though it was kind of a bit wicky, it's making me feel like the market wants to do something else. Like the market wants to, it's breaking this little level in here. This was a level of structure before, you know, that the market was coming in here, making these, you know, higher high and then higher low and then higher high. And we kind of got a little bit of an energy down here. That could have just been to take liquidity, but I don't know. I'm not fully convinced. And right now on a smaller time frame on GU, the market does look as though it's making, I actually tell a lie, I'm not even up to speed. But over here, I'm up to speed. There we go, guys. There's a potential entry. I'm looking at the market. Look, did make a little breaker structure here, as in manipulation, little M, but not big displacement. You know what I mean? So I was thinking to myself, why am I looking at one of my charts and it's looking like ready, and the other chart's looking a bit funny? But here we can see something happening. Look, there's a little bit of a battle happening here at the moment in that same kind of area. So right now, if I was doing some kind of structure, I'd be drawing my line like this. Why am I drawing my line like this? I want to touch this last little low before this highest point, which is kind of in here. Kind of in here. We've kind of had an indication on a very small level, kind of had a correction right now. If this candle closes below this wick here, I could take another stab at it. All right. I could take another stab at it. What I don't want to do is give away all my profits that I just made. So I'm going to be very conservative here, my little stab. Yeah. But I could take another little stab there. And if it starts to roll into profits, then I'll scale in. So if you hear my alerts ringing off, I'm going to take another short position here on GU on the basis that we can get down to, break these lows and keep going. If it doesn't and it breaks this high, then I'll just be watching it, waiting for structure to break. All right. So I've got an alert in on my other chart. Let me put an alert in here. That one's the loudest one. It's looking a bit, just thinking about it. And the same thing with this US 30 here. Like, the only thing with this US 30 is it hasn't got up to that 50% level of that whole impulse. I mean, does it want to do it now? It's possible. It's possible that this market now has come up because it did break some structure, even if we go on a 5-minute time frame. Now, US 30 and the GU do move very similarly. They're like cousins, all right? They're not brothers, but cousins they are, all right? So like I said, we had this big impulse push down here. This 50% area, I'm wondering about it. Let's move up and see if we can see any imbalances or any concerns that might have that market pushing up and doing something. Not blatantly obvious ones, okay? But from here, we definitely can see, this market could come back in here and tap into this level here. All right, our US 30 could come and tap into this level here. You can see that imbalance if I zoom in here. You can see that immediate imbalance in here that the market could decide it wants to come and close. Yeah, close that imbalance, get into a previous battlefield before turning around. That's definitely possible. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop a little alert in here, that market, and then it might then give me another bite of that cherry if the market wants to continue coming down. Yeah, this market could decide it wants to push all the way back up in here and get up high. It could do. But we've already taken 2 great trades in this market here, so I'm not going to be too eager. The GU didn't break straight away. Have a look. Push back up into here. It's fine because now it's created this structure, or the same structure that we've had marked out. So I can delete that. All right, making this the last low before the highest point. And at the moment we're watching it. All right, I'm watching it, wondering where's it going to go. I do have this area identified here. I'm not going to lie to you. There is actually even a limit order still sitting in here that I may remove. I may remove the limit order that I've got sitting in here for a better tap-in to that break up, that manipulation in over here. Do you have a limit order sitting in here? All right, it's managed. I know what my risk is, and I could just say, you know what, I'll leave it. All right, but I'm watching this right now to see if I'm going to get another bite of the cherry in regards to what? In regards to the fact that the market came and took this liquidity here above previous New York session, and then it only came down to here. Like, why doesn't it want to come and get the liquidity, all this lovely food down here? Is why I'm interested in jumping back into GU. Why don't you want to come and get all this lovely, lovely liquidity down here? Yes, we did take liquidity from this little level, but that's within the session. And we took the liquidity from here. And as I said, in this session then, I really want to be trading, looking for sells. I'm looking for where it took the liquidity from first. So I want to be looking for sells unless we break back above this structure and do a madness. And even then, I'm going to be looking at this liquidity here, but I don't really want to see it break above here, if I want to be honest. All right, I want to be looking for sells. I want it to turn around, any minute now. Even if it comes all the way back up in here, but doesn't break it, I'm going to be looking for sells again. All right, so I can get a second bite at the cherry. Don't say I didn't say so. All right, that's what I'm looking for. All right, now if, for example, right now, where did I say that 50% is? Let me see. This impulse. We're kind of in that 50% area right now. Like we're in this green line right now. Okay. I'm not going to draw it in there, but we're in that 50% area right now. Yeah, we went a little bit past it. But remember, this is not an exact science. It's not like, okay, here's a 50% line and we went 2 centimeters away from it. It doesn't work like that. It's just the case that we're in that area. So I'm watching it. Yeah, I am definitely watching it keenly. We can see a big little bearish push here, but it hasn't broken that little 1 minute structure in here. Okay, so I am watching it, seeing what it's doing, but I am keen to get involved. Here we can trade our indication, correction, continuation. Okay, as this market turns around after making a retracement from this impulse. All right, so I've got my alerts in here and I want to hear them ringing for me to get involved. If not, I'm going to watch it and see if it pushes all the way back up to that little unmitigated area of imbalance. And I'll be looking at that for another entry. All right. So I've got both of my little, and if not, if it breaks past there, cool. Even if I got in there and that top one, I take a small L, cool. Doesn't mean anything. All right. But I am, it's unmitigated here. Look how clean that M was over here. Cleanish. You have a little kink in it, but on a 2 minute, nice and clean in here. And there was this unmitigated area in here that hasn't been tapped in, and maybe that market's just gone, oh damn, I forgot about it a little bit. Try to come back for it. Maybe he wants to come back for it right now. All right. Here I was showing an indication on a bigger time frame, indicated here, breaking this little structure here, corrected, and there's continued all the way down here. But by that time, the market decided it wanted to start turning around. Remember, we're looking at it in a very small time frame, being able to get in and out of the trades very, very quickly. All right. Let me give you another flex, guys. If you ever take a trade, successful trade, and makes you money, or even if you take a trade and it gives you an L, no, let me say, if you take a trade that makes you money, makes you profits, do not be keen to just hit the button straight away and get in another trade. Take a little break, go for a little walk, appreciate your good trade and reassess things. Because I find myself, going and taking a great trade, making, 4K in the markets. And then because I think to myself, oh shit, I'm on fire. You take another 2-3 silly trades that don't have the same amount of due diligence and you give back a grand. Just telling you, just being honest, yeah, happens. All right. So when you take a good trade, sit back and admire your work for a little bit. All right. Don't just think, oh yeah, I'm totally on fire now. Let me just keep going like a maniac and keep hitting the button. All right. Don't. You had your moment. Savor your moment and keep it stepping. All right. Let's go and have a look at US 30. Yeah, we've seen US 30. Like I said, came here, pushed down in here. Boom, we can see all this imbalance in here. And at the moment, that market is kind of coming back in these levels. Yeah. See, pushing back up into these levels, very similar to what GU's doing. And we're wondering if at some point after this market's done its little retracement, is it going to continue pushing down? Like I said, the only thing with our US 30, which is ever so slightly different, is the US 30 actually took Asian session lows, but I don't think that's good enough. I really think this market wants to come maybe down and take some of these lows. So we'll see. We'll use one to inform the other. We'll see whether the market, decides that wasn't good enough, or whether the market's happy now and wants to go and push up into some next levels. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Any questions?
Yes. When setting buy limits and sell limits, sometimes my stop loss isn't in the right place. How can I eliminate that problem?
Great. So first thing is this: when you place your stop loss on MT5 on your desktop for a buy limit, you must type in the number. So say for example, you see where you want to put the trade, you type it, because it's not on a buy limit. It's not going to let you click and drag if you're on MT5. Okay. So when you do that, you should be able to hover over. Imagine you've placed a limit order. You should be able to hover over that limit order, okay, and see the amount of money that you will lose when if you hit stop loss.
So you can hover over it before you actually place it.
No, you can place it, because if it's a limit order, it hasn't been triggered. It means it's somewhere in the distance. Let me give you an example. Let me show you. I have a limit order sitting up here. Can you guys see this? That's the one I said to you I'm talking about GU was unmitigated area of interest. Can you see it?
Yep.
I can hover over this area here and see how much I'm going to lose. Can you see it? And I can edit that before it gets to it. Look, I can move this here and I can edit that before I'm triggered in. But when you're actually placing the limit order, okay, you can't do that. You have to place the limit order and write this number in. Do you get what I'm saying? So what I'd advise you to do is place it. Well, obviously you try and make sure that you've measured it here properly to know how many pips that is and what the zone is or whatever it may be. And then measure it. And then if you look at it now and you go, okay, how much is that? Oh, that's 340. No, I didn't want 340. I only wanted 200. Then you move it like that and you go, okay, boom. that limit order there is for 200, whatever your losses, whatever your risk is. Is that making sense? Because this limit order hasn't been triggered. It's just sitting in the system. I can delete it. I can move it by clicking and dragging it. If I want to look, I can click and drag this somewhere else. Now I decided I want to adjust it a little bit more. I can do that all here, but it's not. I'm not in the market. It's just an order. It's an order to get into the market, but I'm not in the market. Do you understand?
Does it affect obviously your lot size?
No, not when you drag it. It's all the same, because your lot size is based upon you measured it beforehand, didn't it? You measured it beforehand. You used your calculator and you said, okay, you decided that you wanted to put in 10 lots. All right. So on that basis, you've selected your lot size. Your lot size is not going to change. The only thing that's going to change is if you start moving your stop and the amount of damage that you're willing to take from taking that trade. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, that's the only thing that can change. Your lot size is never going to change. So this is why I said I might delete this, because I got a feeling this might just push past this. So what I might do is reduce this risk, yeah, and see what happens. Like, because the fact I don't want it to push past it, because in my opinion, that GU only came down here from taking liquidity and didn't really. Like, I think it wants to turn around, and I want it to turn around before taking these highs. But what I may do is, like I said, is place my stop. When I place it above here, it's a bit more than what I want to risk. So you see. So that's ringing now because it's going towards that area, and what I want to see is I might just remove it and see how the candles react. How the candles react to the zone. That's what I think I'm going to do. I think I'm going to remove this right now and watch how on a 1 minute time frame the candles react to stepping into that zone instead of it just triggering me in. Okay. I want to see the candles, dip into this area here. In fact, like I said, I want to see where this point is, where I said to you, where that key place is right here. If it comes and taps into there, boom, and then I see the wick coming out here. That's what I want to see. And I want to see a red candle afterwards. That's what I want to see, a red candle forming on the next couple seconds on a minute time frame. Then I'll be like, you know what, cool, I'm going to get in. All right. So yeah, that's what's up. We're watching it, and yeah, we're watching it to see how it reacts. Yeah, let's see how it reacts. Yeah, cool. That's it. Anything else? Any other questions? Let's see what news there is. There is red folder news today in US. All right, it's some housing or something like that. Let me see. Jobless claims happening later on at 1:30. All right, I should be on my charts later on, and we'll see how it goes. All right, but guys, I'm going to end the session a bit earlier, and I'm going to put something on for us to watch if you're able to watch it. Thank you for being present. I hope you're looking and starting to get it. Whether or not you're in these trades that I'm taking and saying, yeah, this is a 2-gun trade for you, don't watch that. Yeah, your time will arrive. Yeah, I'm saying the bottom line is about, are you seeing it? Are you getting what we're looking for? Do you understand that we're looking for sweeps of liquidity first? Do you understand we're looking for manipulation M's? Do you understand that when the manipulation M's turn up, we want to see, strength and speed? Yeah, we want to see strength and speed. We don't want to just see the market just like dribbling around. We want to see it push away and see that displacement. Once we see that displacement, that is going to be our area we want to see the market coming and tapping back into. That's what you're looking for. All right. If you could only do that, you'd be great. If you only could do that, and that's the only thing you could see and take, you'd be very, very successful. All right, guys, have an amazing day. Let me for the people that are at home.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, good trades this morning.